Italy, which is so cool because last week I had a guest on from Italy. So that was always cool and fun and amazing to have other people on from across the world. No exceptions tonight. We have a beautiful guest hailing all the way from the United States of America. So far away. Not quite the other side of the world, but the other side of the continent from us here in Canada for sure. So welcome, Yvonne, Elaina. I was going to call you Yvonne. Elaina,
yes,
right?
Yvonne. Yes, ma'am. Elaina Yvonne. Yes,
Elaina. Very nice to meet you. Okay, please tell us a bit about yourself, what you do. And what I'm going to do is, because we also stream through Instagram,
okay.
is I'm going to put you on like a solo screen.
Okay.
Because otherwise we get like cut off.
Okay, no worries.
Move closer to me and we'll be okay. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm going to put you on solo screen and then you can take it away and then I'll come back in. We'll do our questions back and forth. All right.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So take it away.
Yes. Hey guys, my name is Elaina Yvonne. I am an artist. I just released a tape. It's called a cozy tape. I write, I produce, I make all of my own beats. I'm also a violinist. I'm very excited to be here tonight and excited to talk to you guys a little bit more about what I do.
Well, that wasn't very short. Well, okay, Elaina, that's good and all and dandy. But what I really want to know is, let's go back, way back. See when you first decided to get into the music industry. Now, sometimes I post up, actually almost all the time I post up the bio of my guests. But just like you and I, do we sit there and we read the bio or do we read the whole caption of a post? Right. Probably not.
Right. Not always.
Like, okay, show this great picture. Okay, maybe like whatever. And on we go. Because, you know, for the most part, when you're looking at a picture, you get the gist of it, right?
Right.
So all my guests get their beautiful pictures and they get their show time and they get their dates. And I try and always stick a little bit of music in that if their guest is musically inclined, I always throw it on there to go, okay, this is like the taste of it.
Right.
Whatever. Right. But now that I know through the years and years and years I've been doing this, that a lot of people have the short attention span of a goldfish, which is pretty accurate because I'm the same too sometimes. Right. I just want to scroll and like some things and then go to bed sometimes. So with that, if you could go back and go into a little bit of technically your bio of, you know, where you kind of started from, what were your roots into the music scene, why you chose your genre, you know, get into the real nitty gritties of your whole beautiful, fascinating career.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So I actually started with music many, many years ago. I started playing the piano first when I was about maybe 4 or 5 years old. When I was about 10 years old, I started playing the violin. And so that at that point, that's when I started like traveling, doing like orchestras and, you know, auditioning for things and things like that. Throughout high school, I added on marimba, snare drum, a little bit more of like concert piano at that point, and I started traveling doing piano guilds and stuff like that. And then during that period, like middle school, high school is when I started making my own music, because the method in which that I learned music was through the Suzuki method, and that method is learning by ear. So that got me interested in learning things that I heard on the radio. So I started like playing those things and like in the mornings before school, like I would play the piano and sing like songs. And it got to a point where my friends would like request like, hey, can you play that new Jasmine Sullivan? And I would like go in there and learn it. And then the next day I'd go to school and play it for them. And so then eventually I started making my own music. And so that's how that came about. But I didn't really take music seriously as a career until about 2022. During the pandemic in 2020, that's when I started making my own beats. So I started learning more about, you know, music as a career and different things like that. We had a lot of time to ourselves in 2020. So that's how that started. And then I actually made the very first song I made was Let You Know, which is the first song on my tape, a cozy tape. And the next song I made was Black and White, which is the last song on my tape. But yeah, I really started taking it seriously in 2020. And then 2022, I dropped my first song. And then last year, 2024, was when I dropped a cozy tape. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Oh,
Was that better?
nice.
I did better that time, right?
Well, absolutely, because technically, I need time to post this on my Facebook. I like to get no, I mean, it's not just that, but a lot of times, musicians and those who are in music industry, whether they're singing or they're performing, whatever they're doing, it just starts somewhere, right? There's like that essence of just like, this is just something I want to do, but it's always interesting to find out exactly how
Right.
someone gets involved into the music scene, because sometimes it's completely out of the blue, or it could be, well, the family does it.
Mhm.
And that's where, you get your first little taste of grandma saying to me, or we're at church and, this is so beautiful, whatever it can be. So it's just interesting to find out, because there may be aspiring artists who do listen to the show and go, okay, well, if she can do it, I can do it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like going to church maybe, but I love the music, just something pulls them in. So just for them to be able to listen and go, okay, well, maybe perhaps there's something a little bit more to it
Mhm.
than just liking a song in the car or going
Right.
to church and listening to the music. So having it kind of relayed to the world of going, okay, there can be a lot of possibilities
Mhm.
with the music industry, with just making beats, with,
Mhm.
like you said, just taking some music lessons. You just
Yeah.
never know where it can go
Right.
from
And
there.
even, as a writer, like I've had opportunities come to me just as a writer and, me not even having to go to the session, like just writing the song and here you go. And then I get paid for that. So, definitely lots of opportunity there.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about who you've written for before in the past. Like, is it anybody we might know of, or?
Not just yet, not just yet, but more so like local artists. Some things are not out yet, so I can't say like specifically who until it drops. But yeah, I've worked with a couple of different people. I do have some collaborations out. Like I did something with Chris Gear. He's another artist out of North Carolina. We did a song together called Shining Star. I have another song with another local artist. His name is Spazzo D. Rollins, and we have a song together called "Spend the Night." Yeah, I have a couple of things that I worked on with other artists. But as far as like my writing, I have to keep it under wraps until it's ready.
Just not even a drop.
No, I have to.
I try and, get in there and pull it out of people
Yeah,
and
yeah.
drop it, just drop it. Like we won't tell anyone, right? Everyone just keep it on the down low. Just don't say
Right.
anything, right? Look, we're all good listeners here. We won't share. Anyway, it's okay. No, I get it. There's NDA disclosures that you
Right.
can't
Yeah.
say anything. I've done a few projects myself, and
Mhm.
it's all hush hush,
Right.
and you're
Yeah.
just like, I want to share,
Yeah, and I
but
do.
I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, I just yeah. I want to share, I do, but yeah.
Right? You're like, just let me share something.
It's gonna be great though. I will tell you that. It's once you guys hear it, you're gonna love it.
Okay, when can we expect this little project to come
So
about?
it's gonna be a little wait, more than likely like third quarter is what's anticipated.
Third quarter. I like
Yeah.
that. So a
Yeah,
little later in
a
the
little
year.
later in the year. So yeah.
Third quarter. I like that. That's cute. So tell us a little bit about, I want to go back into, what do you find the most appealing to you? Is it more the R&B? Because like, oh my goodness, like R&B and jazz and neo soul, from your bio, reading all that and going, okay, you they can have some similarities to
Mhm.
them, but
Right.
of course they're very different in their own different styles.
Right.
So if you want to take us through that, because there may be people here going, okay, I don't even know what neo soul is.
Mm.
my parents listened to jazz growing up, but I don't even know what R&B is. So if you want to take the audience sort of on a little journey, a little bit about the differences in those styles, it doesn't have to be very long. And then just go into why you, like maybe even which one you love the most. I mean, that's kind of hard to do, but, and just kind of why you love each one. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right. Okay. So I'll start with R&B because that's the one that most people are probably most familiar with. So R&B is rhythm and blues. That's what it stands for. And R&B is kind of, I would say, like jazz and hip hop combined. You'll find a lot of love songs are R&B. Some notable R&B artists like Whitney Houston was a very amazing R&B artist. Jasmine Sullivan, another great R&B artist. As far as jazz goes, jazz is more so instrument based. You'll notice that the singing style is a little bit different with jazz as well because you have a lot more scatting. You have a lot more technicality in jazz. R&B versus jazz is a lot more laid back than jazz is. And then neo soul is, I would say, a perfect marrying of the two. So neo soul, I would say, is like R&B and jazz together. So that hip hop and jazz element combined with the R&B element is what gives you neo soul. And neo soul is more so, it's more so feeling based. And you'll notice that the subject matter in neo soul is a lot deeper. So there's a lot more references to, you know, the afterlife or, you know, spirituality and things like that. You'll hear a lot of that in neo soul. Some notable neo soul artists would be like Erykah Badu, if you guys are familiar with her, or like Maxwell. He's a great, well, he's kind of more so like an R&B soul artist, but he has some neo soul songs. Like his Ascension album was a lot of neo soul. So yeah, I'd say R&B is more so hip hop, kind of like a hip hop jazz infusion. Jazz more so technical, instrument based. You'll hear a lot of saxophone, violin, things like that. And then neo soul, perfect marrying of the two with all three of those elements together: hip hop, jazz, R&B, and then a little bit more deeper subject matter. And my favorite, I would say, is neo soul, simply because my dad is a saxophonist as well, and I grew up listening to a lot of neo soul just because of that. And Erykah Badu was one of the major artists that I grew up listening to. So, and also Jill Scott, India Ari, those were the top three artists that I grew up listening to. And neo soul is my favorite because I would consider myself somewhat of a spiritual person. And I like to listen to music that has meaning, and I like to create music that has meaning. So for me, I think neo soul is my favorite genre out of the three.
Oh, nice. I think, oh my goodness. I was never a big jazz or neo soul kind of, you know, but I did love R&B. I still love R&B.
Oh yeah.
Growing up, and it's just like, just something about it is so relaxing and just takes you into a whole nother world, and it just slows everything down to just like, okay, this is just a vibe.
Yeah, and then R&B too is like, it's a lot of times it's love based. Like you'll hear a lot of R&B songs that are based around love and, you know, relationships and things like that. So
yeah,
that's another small little differentiation there.
Right? It's like maybe there should be breakup R&B songs. What do you think?
You know, I think there are a few. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I feel like I've heard some.
Right? Just after Valentine's Day. Well, should be breakup.
You know what? If there isn't any, that's going to be my task. I'll make one for next year.
Okay, that sounds good. Not that I like people breaking up, but you know, when you hear, I'm just going to go right to country, because country is like 90% of breakup songs.
yeah. Like when you said that, the first song I thought about was "Before He Cheats" by Carrie Underwood.
Oh, there you go.
That's the first thing that came to my head.
So horrible. But I just, you know, that's one thing I just do. I love about music is it just puts you in sort of that mood of, you can just differentiate each one, each character, and be like, okay, hip hop is just like, it's down, you're in the car and you're just a whole mood. And then the R&B, you could just be like laying in bed with the lights off and just like, zoning out. And the jazz, you're like at the jazz club, just, you know.
Nice suit on, you know.
Yeah.
Jazz is a whole different, Well, I mean, we do have like some younger jazz artists coming out, like gosh, I can't think of her name, but there's a young lady. She just won a ton of Grammys for jazz, and she's, you know, I think around like 30, and she's getting
Wow.
into the jazz scene. So
Yeah.
we are seeing a lot more younger artists getting into it too.
Right. And that's kind of the beauty of music is it's always and it's just like fashion too, where there's kind of like a circular, whatever comes around goes around sort of
Right.
thing. But then it's like not when, but when it comes back around, it's like the remixes
Mhm.
of everything. So I'm hoping that when, some new artists do pop up, that they bring in their own styles that
Right.
aren't just like necessarily like a remix of something, but just something, I don't know, that just comes in totally brand new. And you're like,
Right.
wow, I've never heard it before, but I don't know. It might be a hard task to ask out there. Who knows?
You know, music is getting interesting now. We've got AI music now too, so
Right?
it's possible. Anything's possible.
Right. So, Kim, what are your thoughts on the whole AI music? And then we're going to play some of your stuff here. But yeah, tell me a little bit about your thoughts on that.
I Okay. I feel like it's a gift and a curse, honestly, because as an artist, right, there are times where I'll say to myself, like, oh man, I really wish I had, a male voice for this. And like, I would, that's the way that I would use AI is like take my voice and like distort it to make it sound like a male voice or something like that. But at the same time, there are going to be people that are going to use AI to create full artists and just, become massively wealthy off of this. And it's like for people like me who are actual artists who actually produce and play instruments, it's like, I don't want that to become obsolete, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I definitely I see the value in it, but then at the same time, it's like it is a little scary because it's like I know that people are going to take advantage of it. So
Right.
yeah.
That, and you could do copyright because I
Yeah.
know like voice actors and are like actors that are now going in and going, okay, I don't want my voice to be
Right.
used as a voiceover or into AI. And I would just remember, it wasn't even too long ago, just for kicks, I was looking around, like on job sites,
Mm,
just to kind of see like what's happening out
right.
there. And you could see all these listings for all the AI stuff, and it was a
Yeah.
lot of voiceover stuff.
Hmm.
And I was like, it's coming. Like
Yeah,
you
and
can
that's
see it
exactly what's
coming.
gonna happen, like, they're taking people's voices, and they're gonna make
Yeah.
massive amounts of money off of, a voice sample, and,
Yeah.
that's what the
Here.
future is looking like,
So what
so
do you think? What else can artists do to protect themselves from the whole movement? I'm going to call it a movement.
I mean, I would say, first of all, make sure that your business is right. So what I mean by that is, make sure that you have established a business entity for your music. That's the first thing. Make sure that you actually have copyrighted your music. Make sure that you have actually registered your music with your performance rights organization. All of these things are important. Making the music is cool, but there's a very small part of the bigger picture of everything that is involved with music. So
Yeah.
that's the first thing I would say is as an artist, protect yourself by making sure that you understand that you are not just an artist, you are a business as well.
Yeah. It is. And because that's exactly what it is. It is a business. Even though you love music, you may be sitting there in your room writing your lyrics down, whatever, but
Mhm.
anyone that wants to even just write music or sing whatever should be protecting themselves from that. I think
Right.
100%. And just like a business, go in from that business mind perspective, going,
Mhm.
okay, what can I do to cover my ass? Because really, it's coming up
Right. Exactly.
more faster than we think. It's
Exactly. Yep.
now among us, as they say. And truly, it's been a little bit longer than just a couple of years. It's been quite a bit longer than that. Okay, so I'm going to go into YouTube and I'm going to pull out, because we got a couple of videos on there because I wanted to be able to share. I was going to have her perform tonight, but that was my fault. I brought it up a little too late. So that's okay, because next time we'll have you come on and we'll definitely get you to share a little bit of your beautiful voice.
More
Okay.
grace.
Is there anything specific that you would like I know you only have a couple videos on here.
You can do well. Are you looking for like a music video to play?
Yeah, I've got your
That's the only one that's a music video. Is Let You Know.
Let You Know. Want to. Okay, so tell us. You know what? Let's play it and then we'll go through it after, because I like to have my guests go on and describe a little bit about what inspired them for the music videos, and just a little bit about the stories of it. But let's just share this first. All right.
Okay.
If you want me, do it properly. No games, this is not monopoly. Mommy, goddess, gonna have to come correct. Love what you see, I know that. So respect me and show that. I don't wanna see no dick pic. How's your diction? Have you set intentions? But you read it about your fiction. Meditation, do you listen? These are questions and be mentioned for my lips. Get in suspension while I'm pepping and you sipping. I'm tempting. I know that missionaries on your mind, so just listen and pay attention. I just gotta let you know that if you don't touch my body, you will not touch my body. You will not touch my body. I just gotta let you know that if you don't touch my body, you will not touch my body. You will not touch my body. Touch my body.
Words and condescension is spoken with apprehension. Be sure you know yourself. I'm not trying to be condescending, but I don't have time for the room. I need that fire, baby. I'm just explaining how to get what you desire, baby. Wanna drive me crazy? Do me for lazy. Be consistent when all else is shaky. Be my homie, catch my vibe, and we can take it there. Be sure we make relations clear before we take it there. You feel me? I'm trying to take it slow. And if you're not, baby, that's fine. Go ahead and let me know. Communication, stimulation of a different kind. The kind that keep you running naked, not just in your mind. I hope you catch my line. Not trying to waste your time. You're fine, but if you cannot stimulate my mind, you can't support me on my dreams and don't support my grind. You can't finesse me out my flesh, baby, my sex divine. I'm on my goddess time.
I just gotta let you know that if you don't touch my soul, you will not touch my body. You will not touch my body. I just gotta let you know that if you don't touch my soul, you will not touch my body. You will not touch my body. I just gotta let you know that if you don't touch my soul, you will not touch my body. You will not touch my body. I just gotta let you know that if you don't touch my soul, you will not touch my body. You will not touch my body. Touch my body.
There we have it. Very, very, very beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I got the message through that.
You did. Very good.
But please tell the audience a little bit about, again, maybe the message that you have to share through that video. And again, why did you decide to film it there? You know, all the nitty gritties of that beautiful video.
Yes. So Let You Know is what I like to call an introduction to Elaina Yvonne. So there's a whole, story and background that's going to be revealed throughout the music videos that are coming. But Let You Know is, like I said, the introduction to Elaina Yvonne. So as you saw in the video, the gentleman is kind of like, he's like meditating, and then he's being pulled away like by my siren song. There's a reason for that. And he's going to be like, as you saw in the video, he got like pulled into my world, type of thing. So that's why we shot it there, because I was trying to create this otherworldly, feeling like he's escaping from the real world into my matrix, for lack of a better word. So, yeah, that's where the concept for the video came from. And that song is the very first song on a cozy tape. So it's literally like if you're listening to my mixtape for the very first time, that's the first introduction that you'll hear of me. So, yeah.
Nice. Now, the whole message
Mm-hmm.
is basically, he's got to touch your soul first
Mm-hmm.
before
Right.
physically touching you.
Right.
So why that message? Why did you want to bring that message out?
Well, because I do consider myself a neo soul artist. And if you remember earlier when I was telling you like the descriptions about, the different types of music, neo soul is one of those that it has a deeper message. It has a meaning behind it, right? So when I wrote that song, I got a icky text message from a man that just rubbed me the wrong way. And I was actually in a celibacy journey at that time. So I was just kind of like, no, like if you want me, this is how you do it. And it actually started off as, I wrote it like as a poem. And then eventually, like over the course of like a year or so is when it became what it is. Cause, like I said, I didn't start making beats until like 2020. And then I didn't finish that song until 2022. So, it took me a little while to get it where it is, but it started off as a poem and then it grew into, into that. So those words that I was saying, like those were genuine feelings of my genuine response to, someone I felt like disrespecting my journey or, just not giving me the energy that I felt like I deserved at the time. So
Yeah.
that's where it came from.
Right. And again, Valentine's being just yesterday, I think relationships in general should be, if you're kind of serious, whatever, look at those different aspects. Is it more physical or is it, something you can grow with? And, you'll get everyone gets to that point where it's like, okay, maybe I want a little bit more. And it's good to think about those aspects when moving forward in a relationship, right? What do you want? So I think, it can be a very beautiful journey in itself, for sure. So, and again, with music is, I think, a part of everyone.
Right.
That's just how we grow and we learn that way and it just becomes a part of us. So having, something that everyone can kind of relate to and go, oh yeah, she's got a good message that's out there and we totally love that. So I think, that's just one thing, I love as artists out there is they have all these messages in their music and it's really important to share and the whys behind it because the younger kids that are listening to music, it's great beat. Everyone loves the beat, right?
Right.
Drop, you love that. Whatever. It
Right.
hits hard, but then it's like, okay, if you get into other genres, away from hip hop, away from rock, but whatever, when you get to the soul and the jazz and it's like, there's a bigger message that can be pulled through that. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing that. So we have just a couple minutes left here. So what other, I know you said you have one project that you can't really share about. Do you have any other projects on the go that we can see out shortly?
So nothing out shortly. I mean, I did just release a cozy tape. That's the one that I'm kind of pushing right now. And that one, like I said, Let You Know is the first song on there. I have another single on there called Soul Partner. And that one, I am shooting a music video for that one. So you can expect that to come out here shortly within the next couple of months, I'll say. So yeah, the music video for Soul Partner, I think would be the next big thing that will be coming out.
And do you have ideas for your video?
I do, yeah.
Can you share some?
Yeah, so I can, okay, so here, this is what I can tell you.
Okay.
I can tell you that I have so a cozy tape is an introduction to a bigger project. So it's like 3 parts of a bigger project that's going to be called Nebuchadnezzar. And Nebuchadnezzar is going to be based off the Matrix series.
Okay, I'm going to put you solo here. Keep going.
Yeah, so Nebuchadnezzar is going to be based off of the Matrix. So this whole thing is going to be leading into that. So Soul Partner is going to have some elements from that movie. The video is, everything, like I said, Let You Know is going to tie into Soul Partner. Soul Partner is going to tie into Going Bad. Like every song, each video is going to tie into each other. And it's going to, once you watch them all together, it's going to watch like a movie. Like you'll be able to, watch them in one sitting and everything will make sense together in one. So that's
a trilogy, but not.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. And when you listen to it, not only will it tell this story, this story like similar to the Matrix, but it will also tell my life story as well when
Yeah.
you really listen to the music and the order in which I put the songs and things like that. Like for example, a cozy tape. I started off with Let You Know because that was kind of like me coming into myself and like saying, this is what I will accept. This is what I won't accept. Then Soul Partner was like, okay, now I've said what I will accept. Now I want a partner. Then Going Bad is like, okay, I got a partner. It didn't go so well. And then Spend the Night is like, now that it didn't go well, now I'm going to go spend the night. And then, it's like each song, it's telling a story, like it builds on each other. So,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
I just totally love that when music can make a story and it kind of continues on and it's just like movies, right? You have a trilogy and it's like each little part connects and it's like, okay, what's next? What happens next? Are you sure you want to release it all at once?
No, I'm not. So I've already released the first part, which is a cozy tape.
Right. No, because you were saying it's going to be like a movie. You're going to have it all.
Yeah. So so I'm releasing it in parts,
yeah.
but once it's all done, you'll be able to watch it like a movie. So kind of like, you know how like we have like the Star Wars series, and you get like the pieces, and then you can go back and watch it all together. But we didn't get them all at once. We got like the pieces, and then it made sense when you put it all together. So yeah.
Okay, good. I'm like, you don't want to give
I don't.
all at once. That just spoils the fun. Going, what's next? What's next?
Exactly.
What's next? Okay, good. Okay. With that, thank you very much for coming on. Can you please let us know where we can find you? Of course, YouTube I just put up there, but if you want to let us know what other socials that you're on, and if you have any other last little pieces of magic you want to share with us, feel free.
Yes. So you can find me, the best place to find me where I'm the most active is Instagram. My Instagram is Elaina Yvonne Music. So that's ELAINA YVONNE Music. And I'm also Elaina Yvonne Music on TikTok as well. And I believe Facebook is Elaina Yvonne Music Official. The one little thing I want to leave you guys with is always be yourself, no matter what, because your light may be something that someone needs. And when you're trying to dim yourself, you're only refusing the world from your greatness. So always be yourself.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. And I appreciate your time and your energy and your efforts. And please keep making this beautiful music. And I can't wait to have you back and actually sing for us and perform. And we'll put something cool together for that. So that'll be really cool and fun. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
Well, there we have it. Another beautiful